What do the ancient Blavatsky maps conceal? The secret knowledge of transitions between worlds. Helena Petrovna Blavatsky, one of the most enigmatic thinkers of the 19th century, left behind more than just philosophical treatises. Hidden in her texts is something far deeper, a multidimensional map. Not a geographic one, but a consciousness blueprint encoded between the lines of the secret doctrine and other esoteric works. This map is not about myth or mysticism, as many assumed, but rather about precision tuning of perception, a method for shifting between layers of reality. This hidden map speaks to the structure of transitions between levels of consciousness, offering instructions not in plain words, but through symbolic encoding, mythic language, and layered concepts designed to awaken specific inner states. Let us now uncover this hidden design, this metaphysical map that charts a journey far beyond the visible world. The map beyond reality, not a myth, but an operating system for the mind. Blavatsky's map does not describe separate worlds as science fiction might, but rather states of being, levels of awareness, degrees of perception. Each level corresponds to a different way of seeing, feeling, and choosing. These are not imaginary zones, but real cognitive and energetic frequencies, layered within and around us, like channels on a radio, always present, but only audible when correctly tuned. She did not draw this map with ink, but wove it into her words, knowing that those with the eyes to see would understand. Why the map was encoded, and why it remains hidden. Blavatsky understood that direct knowledge of this kind could be misused if placed in the wrong hands. That's why she encoded the instructions, not to exclude, but to protect. The transitions between worlds are not merely mental exercises. They alter your very interaction with space, time, and identity. She hints at this repeatedly in her works, when she speaks of the 7 planes, the veil of Maya, or the vehicles of consciousness. Each of these terms points to a node in the map, a portal to a deeper layer of reality. The deliberate complexity of her writing was her way of hiding advanced metaphysical truths in plain sight. So why don't official teachings speak of this? The simple answer: control. If humanity remembered how to shift realities, to move beyond programmed limitations of perception, the current power structures, scientific, religious, political, would collapse. Structure of the map, the layers of consciousness. Imagine reality not as a flat plane, but as a vertical spiral of perception. Each twist of the spiral is a level, a frequency, a perspective. Blavatsky's map mirrors this spiral design, and it includes the following layers. 1. The physical plane, base sensory reality, ruled by cause and effect. 2. The emotional plane, where feelings shape experience. 3. The mental plane, the seat of beliefs, ideas, and thought forms. 4. The intuitive plane, where synchronicity begins to override logic. 5. The archetypal plane, where symbols live, and myth becomes real. 6. The causal plane, where soul-level intent creates reality. 7. The atmic plane, pure awareness, the source field, the great observer. Each level is not a destination, but a state you enter through tuning. Like diving into different depths of water, the density changes, so must your perception. How the transition works, a tuning guide. To move between these levels, Blavatsky hinted at a kind of inner realignment, a process of immersion and resonance. Here's a simplified guide, based on her encoded teachings. 1. Stillness of thought, silence is the doorway. Begin by emptying the mind, removing identification with thought. 2. Breath as bridge, use rhythmic, slow breathing to harmonize body and mind. 3. Symbolic focus. Meditate on a sacred symbol, a lotus, a circle, a flame, to shift perception to subtler layers. 4. Emotional neutrality. Emotional balance allows access to deeper realms. Cling to nothing, resist nothing. 5. Intention plus surrender. Set a clear intention to perceive another layer, then surrender control. You're not pushing through, you're allowing it. 6. Observe differently. Watch your thoughts, not as you, but as if from behind them. The shift begins here. As this tuning stabilizes, reality changes, you start to experience synchronicities, energetic downloads, intuitive clarity, and eventually a complete reconfiguration of the outer world based on your new inner alignment. Why this isn't taken seriously, and why it matters more than ever. Modern society dismisses such concepts as pseudoscience, not because they are false, but because they are threatening. The greatest secret is that reality is not fixed, it is negotiated by consciousness. And if enough people tuned into this truth, the illusion of limitation would vanish. What's happening now across the globe, a rise in altered states, spiritual awakenings, time distortions, Mandela effects, is not random. It is a collective crossing of thresholds, a mass transition event Blavatsky saw coming. The map she left behind was not for her time. It was for ours. The moment of seeing, feeling, choosing. At the heart of the map lies a point of power, where you begin to see beyond appearances, feel beyond personal identity, and choose the world you wish to embody. That moment is the gateway. It is not in the future. It is always now. The transition isn't a dramatic leap. It is a deepening. A descent through illusion. A return to your original multidimensional nature. The map is not just Blavatsky's, it is written into the very structure of your consciousness. Final note, immersion has already begun. The transition is not coming. It is happening now, in dreams, in déjà vu, in the quiet knowing that this world is not the only one. You don't need belief. You need attention. The more you tune, the more you'll remember. You don't walk the map. You become it.